Welcome to another episode of Halftime Adjustments. It's your host Eddie Arnell, my man G Witt.
Tighten up, baby. Tighten up.
Tighten up. Well, Grover, win and in. I mean, literally, now it's coming down to one game.
Yeah, same as last year.
Same as last year, same scenario.
Exact same scenario.
Different AFC South team.
This is true.
But same scenario on the road this time.
On the road this time.
With a winner take all.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, it's winner take all for us.
Right.
Houston's already there.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, we go to Houston, we win, we're in. The problem is, as this team has shown the past couple of games, when you have to win, something always happens.
Man, there's so much to talk about. Yeah, right now I know, man. We got so much to talk about because of questionable things in this football game today. For a team that needed to win today,
yeah, if you win today,
I don't care what anybody else says. You have to win today,
yeah.
And it makes the scenario easy.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And for a team that had to win today, I mean, after the first quarter, man, it was like non-existent football for about 2.5 quarters.
2.5 quarters, exactly right, man. I was wondering why I came to the game, man. I should have just stayed in my car.
You know, the coaching was questionable. You know, Vrabel to me made a bad game management right there before the half. You got 3 timeouts.
Yeah,
and you sit on the ball.
And you sit on the ball. Yeah.
I don't understand
well, there was a lot of things in that game I didn't understand. I mean, you know, you got New Orleans 3rd and 12, and you run a defensive formation that puts a safety on Michael Thomas. I mean, come on. You ain't got a corner that can cover Michael Thomas. You gonna put a safety on him?
Right. But you saw what they started doing. They being the Saints.
Yeah.
They started motioning him out to the slot.
Yeah.
I mean, motioning the slot guy out to the outside.
Yeah.
And that pushed Jaron Brown on Michael
Thomas.
I mean,
you know a linebacker can't cover Michael Thomas. There's so much going on in this game, man.
I don't understand, man.
Man, let's just get into it because it's not going to be a pretty time. It's not. It's just one of those games, man, that you just question, man. Yeah, I mean, there's so many questions in this game. You know, even before the game got started, there were questions, and you know, let's get into it, man.
Especially with the beast being out there.
Come on,
man. You just knew from the beginning that it was going to be a tough game. I mean, today, if you hadn't realized it or not before today, if you can't run the ball in the NFL
effectively.
Now I'm gonna give Deion Lewis his credit.
And Dalen Dawkins.
Actually,
in the second half, Dalen Dawkins ran better than Deion Lewis.
He did. I'm going to give him that credit. They did okay.
The running game was adequate. I will say this. The run game kept New Orleans honest. The only problem was New Orleans had no fear of the run game.
That's exactly right.
And that's what the problem is.
When
the beast is in, they fear the run game because they know if you are not on your game with him, he can easily take it to the house. That's the one thing you notice about him, and that's the one thing really that was missing today because Deion Lewis had a couple of times, even on the screen, and he had opportunity to get further than what he did. He can't outrun anybody,
right?
And Dalen Dawkins can't either. So
right, and so when you playing defensive line, when you know a team can't run the ball on you. Now you're gonna pin your ears back and play the pass.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, their defense was doing some things, and I was amazed at it, and I was seeing it up in the stands. They were bringing their safety on blitzes.
Yeah,
you know, and he was coming clean. I mean, it was like the offensive line had, without a doubt, their worst game in a long time today.
If you go back to the last 4 weeks.
If you go back to the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back to the last, really,
right.
Since Tannehill's been playing.
That's right.
This was absolutely their worst game.
Man,
it's like they reverted back to the beginning of the season.
And I can't even speak on Taylor Lewan because I've never seen an offensive lineman get punked the way he did. He was on his back.
He was on his back so many times. It was amazing. Matter of fact, he knew it was bad because what he did came out at halftime. He had one of the defensive linemen or defensive linebackers practicing with him so he can get his drop step together. He was getting crushed.
Yeah, Cam, I don't know what he graded out today, but I'm sure it was not high at all.
No. Well, let's be honest about it. The offensive line did not grade out high at all today. None of them did.
Yeah.
You know, and because Jack Conklin got beat, Saffold got beat, Nate Davis got beat. I mean, Ben Jones got beat. Everybody got beat on the offensive line.
Well,
so
again, it goes to show you that if you don't have an effective running game, they don't have nothing to fear.
And again, you got to remember with this team, and we've said it before, this is a power running team.
Yep.
It's a power running offensive line. And if you ain't got a back that can give you those power runs, that can strike fear into the hearts of the defense, because the defense, don't get me wrong, when they play against Derrick Henry, that's why you saw us really offensively were fairly effective against the Houston Texans last week, because Derrick Henry played and they had to honor that.
Right.
They knew
they had to.
But if you don't have him back there, and this goes to show you, it's in my mind, I know a lot of people don't. You got these pundits that out there that thinks good running backs come a dime a dozen, and it's absolutely not true.
Right.
If that was the case, then no one would keep a running back. Ezekiel Elliott never would have got signed for $90 million.
Right.
So, you got to sign Derrick Henry back.
That's what I was about to say, man. For all those guys, the folks out there that say we shouldn't sign Derrick, I see it all the time, man. Don't sign, don't give them the money, man. And you see what happens? You don't have a team.
You don't have a team.
What happened?
Your offense is fairly stagnant. No consistency whatsoever.
So, and Jabbar mentioned, man, the Saints were playing a lot of cover zero, from the end of the first quarter on to the rest of the game.
Yeah.
A lot of cover zero, a lot of man coverage.
Yep.
And because they were not afraid. And
another thing, they knew that the offensive line wasn't going to be able to hold up.
No.
So they could play man, and the Titans receivers were not getting open at all. Not getting open at all.
So let's get into it, man. A lot of inactive players today. Some big players still. Adam Humphrey's still out. Derrick Henry, Adoree Jackson. Darren Basie's been out for a while.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Simmons was out today.
Yeah.
But
the one that's getting me right now is Isaiah Mack.
Isaiah Mack, he's a healthy scratch.
Yeah,
so
I'm not really
understanding
why all of a sudden these last couple of games Isaiah Mack is not playing.
Not sure.
And he's been doing fairly well as far as I can see.
Yeah, he has.
So I'm not sure why he's not playing. I know it's a team decision, but basically they put themselves in a position to where next week you got to go in and you got to beat Houston in Houston, and that's not going to be easy. Houston's not. I'm telling people right now. Everybody was like, well, Houston really doesn't have anything to play for because they're already in. Houston's playing for pride. Bottom line is, in Houston, they don't like losing to the Titans.
Right.
Period. They don't want to lose. So the bottom line is, they're going to play.
They're going to play their whole team.
They're going to play their whole team. Now, if it gets to the point to where you start seeing people get nicked, then he's going to pull. But if there's a chance to win the game, he's going for the win.
Because you can't count on Baltimore because they're not going to play nothing.
Baltimore clinched the home field. They're done.
Well, that's a good question. The only thing we can think of, Finch got waived because he can't stay healthy. I was surprised. It's like we were just talking about that before we came on. It was a surprise waiver this week. I thought he'd play. But I will say, Mr. Roberson today, the Rook, undrafted free agent, 2.5 sacks.
Yeah. I mean,
he shows up. Again, that goes back to my question of the piece. So you run these stunts that are getting in, but you stop running them. He starts running the blitz from one side of the field. What does Drew Brees do? He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He shifts the line to that side. He rolls to the left. Got all day to throw the ball. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy, man. It really is.
Like I said, there was a lot of things in this game that was so questionable, man, as far as defensive scheme-wise, schematically, that was really troubling to me. And again, my biggest problem with Dean Pease, in all honesty, I hate to see us when we have a team in third and long, because for some reason, and I don't know why, for some reason he refuses to put any kind of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah. He
refuses to cover man-to-man or anything, or he covers man-to-man with the wrong people. I mean, it was just one of those games, man. It was just one of those games, I'm not going to say it, but it was just one of those games.
It was one of those games. There was some questionable calls and no calls in the game.
Yeah.
We had a false start, which I don't know how they missed that on Taysom Hill, and which is a big key coming down there to the last score by the Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Well, there's a lot of things going on, man.
So again, like I said last week, those breaks are not happening now. You see what's going on.
Well,
right? You see the outcome.
Well, you see the thing was, in all honesty, we were getting all the breaks early in the game. I mean, they were calling a ton of holding calls on New Orleans, man.
False
starts and everything. So it was going our way. The problem was really we just couldn't take advantage of all of them the way we needed to. And then you put yourself in a position. I have one guy who's a longtime fan. He said at the game, he said, man, what happened? It's like Jeff Fisher came back. You know, we went up by 14, decided we're gonna milk the clock.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's the way it was, because the second and third quarter, the offense did nothing until about almost at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, some good points. They're coming so fast, keep them coming, but I don't know why Sharif Finch is dropping in coverage. He rushes the passer.
Wait a minute, Sharif Finch.
I'm sorry. Harold Landry. Sorry about that. Harold Landry. Why is he dropping in coverage? And he's a pass rusher. Hey, man, I understand they're trying to get him well rounded, but right now he's the best pass rusher we got.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about it is, and I, you know, you playing these zones. You're trying to fool somebody like Drew Brees.
Yeah. Right.
It's just not going to happen.
It's right.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to fool him. I mean, you know, you try some things, but you know, man, it was just one of those games.
It was one of those games.
Yeah, that's right. It was funny, man. When he said it, we all fell out of level, because that's exactly what it felt like, man.
It
felt like we got
a goldfish.
We went up 14-0, and all of a sudden it's like shut the offense down. We're gonna do this. We're gonna run the ball first and second down. And then we're gonna try to throw for third and long, and Tannehill, bless his heart, man. His problem, him and Jimmy Garoppolo got the same problem. They hold the ball too long, man.
Yeah, he was holding. See, to me, he was looking for the big shot too much today. The check downs are there. Take the check down.
Take the check down.
It don't matter if you got to punt. To check the check down.
Take what the defense is giving. Bottom line.
So I agree that the corner, they letting Taysom Hill get up, and you're right, and then that. To me, that was a defensive player, illegal contact, because he hit him in the helmet. Khalif Raymond should have been called. No call at all. I mean, the guy got knocked unconscious just about for a few seconds.
Well, you know, okay. I'm just gonna say this. I said this at the game because a lot of people were saying the same thing. It's one of those plays, man. They're just not gonna call it.
But that is player safety. That's number one on everything.
They're not going to call it though, man. You know this.
It's player safety.
Come on, man. I understand.
You can miss a hole. You can even miss a false start. I don't know how you do that. You can miss a pass interference, but when it comes to player safety, you cannot miss that. I'm sorry. Look, let me throw my pen. It'll make you lose your job.
Bring it down a few notches. Now that, in all honesty, to me, I understand what everybody was saying. In all honesty, yeah, it could be either way.
Yeah.
You know, but in all honesty, from my standpoint, it was a clean hit.
So let's go over the game. So here's some takeaways. No, I wish. Here's some takeaways. So again, like I said a few minutes ago, if you can't run the ball effectively, your passing game's gonna suffer, and we saw it today. Offensive line was, just.
Well, and here's the thing about it too. Here's the thing: we had 149 yards rushing the ball.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, you go back and look at it. They were really gimmick rushes.
Thank you, Butchie.
Yeah, they were really gimmick rushes. And then they manufactured runs.
Yeah.
Now that's what you give them credit for.
It was.
The big dog, the biggest was out, so they manufactured runs.
And I totally agree with you. So why not do more of that? You saw it in the first quarter, and you seen nothing else like that. They didn't even use John Newton to run a game. They used him last week.
Yeah.
Again.
I know, man.
What was the deal?
I couldn't tell you.
You're not playing to win. So to me, in their mind today, this game didn't matter. Because win or lose, it didn't matter to them.
Well, you knew it didn't matter because the Beast didn't play.
Yeah.
You knew, because the bottom line is always this.
Yeah.
If the game needed to happen, Derrick Henry's playing.
Yeah.
Now, and like I said to you earlier today, when I saw that they promoted Dalen Dawkins to the 53-man roster, and they downgraded Derrick Henry to questionable, I'm like, okay, Derrick Henry's not playing.
Right.
I knew then, because the bottom line was you wouldn't downgrade him to questionable. And the one thing they was trying to do really, is give that hamstring some extra rest.
Yeah.
Now the win out of this situation would have been if we won today.
Yeah. Because
the bottom line is he wouldn't play next week.
Right.
They would give him 2 weeks, to rest that hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
They had and I'm always about the win. And I hated him not playing. But in that regard, I'm just going to say, I understand. I don't agree. Let me make sure we're clear on that. I do not agree with the decision. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I understand.
Yeah, Dion, I wish, man, all games matter to me.
Yep.
So
yep.
It is what it is. We talk about
and again, I'm with you on that because all games do matter. I agree with you totally. But I'm just looking at it from really an organizational standpoint of trying to figure out what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I understand if that's what they're thinking. I understand their thinking. I just don't agree with it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but I don't agree with it because to me, if you win the game today, it's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah. You're right. I don't know how bad his hamstring is because last week when he played, he was not explosive at all, and you could tell it was bothering him.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and I heard something on the radio today where somebody who doctor or somebody had called in or whatever and made a comment about Derrick Henry's hamstring and said, it's not necessarily what you call a strain. It's just sore, and the only thing that's really going to help them out is rest.
They don't have no time for it.
They have no time for it. And so, and what they were trying, and again, what they were trying to do to me, now I could be totally wrong on this, but to me, what they were trying to do, because this is the only thing I can think of in my limited knowledge of football, of why you will make that decision, is the fact that you were thinking, this game, we can rest him, because if we need him for next week, he has 2 weeks of rest to get that hamstring, calmed down.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bar. If Houston would have lost last night, you probably would have seen him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. because Jabbar made a good point.
Yeah,
he wasn't announced that he questionable till after the game with Houston was over with.
Right.
That's when they announced it.
So I want to go back because somebody, I think it was Justin mentioned, if Mariota played, they would have won the game. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because as soon as he would have started getting hit by them rushes
it would have been worse.
He would have been folded up.
It would have been worse because and here's the reason why it would have been worse.
Yeah.
That touchdown pass to Tajay Sharp in the back of the end zone, it wouldn't have been made.
No.
It wouldn't have been made.
Not to mention the first one he had, he threw it back across the field.
It wouldn't have been made. So the bottom line is, no.
That's right.
And I'm a big Mariota fan. I was hoping he was going to work out this year.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is. So we move on.
We move on to Tannehill. And right now, what you be honest with you, what you're going to see happen to me probably is they may. I don't know how they're going to do it. They may play it safe. One of the two players are going to get franchised and one is going to get signed.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure which one. But the bottom line is, one thing we know with the Titans in this offseason, they got to go find another running back.
They definitely got to go find
they got to go find a quarterback.
Got to find
they definitely got to go find some DBs. Because right now,
DBs and a pass rusher.
Because right now, who they got is just not effective enough.
Guys, thank you again for joining us for another episode of Halftime Adjustments. Eddie Arnell, G Witt.
You're right, Jabbar. He was double covered most of the game.
He was double covered. They couldn't get the ball to him. It was the routes. I don't know, but Corey Davis again made some great plays. He made a great catch. It wasn't a catch on the sideline, but he dove out, man, and caught the ball, but he's out of bounds. So Tajay Sharp, it was good to see him get involved in the game.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith, he continues to play at a high level. Yeah. So get some healthy guys back next week. And hopefully, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. And like I said, the game, this game coming up, is all out. And they got the thing about it is, it's not so much our offense we got to worry about.
Yeah.
Right now,
it's the defense.
It's the defense.
Yeah.
Because there's something wrong with this defense. All these injuries have caught up with them again, and this secondary is hurting bad. And it's hurting bad. When as much as Adoree Jackson struggles, we're waiting for him to get back. We want him back.
Right.
So Isaiah Mack's going to have to play. Jeffrey Simmons is going to have to play. I don't know who they're going to inactivate next week, but those guys have got to play because right now, you're not getting anything done.
Right. So let's to your point about the defense. So that was my next takeaway from the game. The coverage by the defense, the soft zone coverage. Again, we're playing an explosive offense. Let's go back to when we played Kansas City. Did the same thing in the first half. Backed off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And then second half, they started playing in their face. But you really didn't see that too much this game. You saw some in the second half, but by that time, the Saints were already rolling.
But I'm going to tell you something, man. Right now, with our secondary, really, really the only guy you got in the secondary that's playing right now that can really cover effectively man-to-man is LaShawn Sims.
He didn't play too bad.
And I say that because Logan Ryan could, but Logan Ryan, his age is showing.
Yeah, he's not that fast.
He's not fast.
You can see it.
And Tremaine Brock is not fast.
No, he's not.
And the other thing about it is just that these guys really right now, they're just not playing strong enough. That's why you need a Dory Jackson back. If you got a Dory Jackson, LaShawn Sims, and Logan Ryan, you got an adequate secondary.
Right.
You got an adequate one. You ain't got a great one, but it's adequate.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is right now, they're not adequate, and that's another problem Dean Pease is having too. He's having to design schemes to cover for that secondary because he knows his secondary is not strong enough now.
Right, and so that to me that just means you run more stunts up front. You saw your stunts were getting in. I mean, sometimes you got to take that chance, man, and get the offense off.
Well, and that's the thing about it. They were doing a good job in the first half, especially of getting Drew Brees off his mark.
Yeah,
they were doing a great job of that. The problem they got right in the second half was that they didn't do enough of that. I mean, they got a couple of sacks here and there, and they almost got a safety, but the bottom line was they wasn't getting them off his mark.
Right, and so, Ty Smith was out there today. Dion, I don't know why he didn't play. I thought he was playing pretty good. Don't know why they didn't go to him that much this week.
I don't know.
I don't even think he got a snap in the secondary. They play a lot of special teams. I saw that, but
and we ain't going to even go to the special team coach.
Right, that was going to be my next thing. So, still don't have a kicker that can kick the ball to the end zone.
Nope.
And you saw how effective that was against us today with the returns. The Saints was at the second half at least starting at the 40, their 40 to the 50.
Man,
almost
I'm going to tell you something, man. You talking about field position today?
Yeah.
I get to the game and in the second half and the majority of the third quarter, every time we got the ball, we were inside the 15.
Yeah.
We didn't really get to plus territory till like about 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
We finally got the plus territory, and I was surprised because I'm like, we hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was we don't have a good return game, and we're gonna have to go out and that's another thing, we gotta go find a kicker with a leg because this guy, he may be accurate on field goals or whatever. He seemed pretty accurate on the extra points.
Yeah.
But he can't kick it. He can't kick it to the end zone.
Can't kick it in the end zone.
I mean, it was amazing. The best kick he had, in all honesty, was that squib kick that the up man picked up, and we tackled him at the 30.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, they finally learned quit kicking it to the guy deep because he's beating you. He's getting to the 40. He would have been better off kicking the ball out of bounds, man.
Right.
I mean, at least every time. Kick it out of bounds. At least you give them the ball at the 45 instead of them getting to the 50 or getting to our 45.
Right. So, that's why I had touchbacks, special teams. Then we already talked about the conservative play calling and time management right before the half.
Yeah.
And so, Bates, the special teams missing Bates. I don't even know what his injuries. I can't even remember shoulder. That's right. And so, these injuries are starting to mount up. And you're right, Bayer can't do everything. His strong suit is not man-to-man coverage.
No.
He's more of his own safety.
Yeah.
He can lurk around the field. So,
and
he's playing a little bit out of position right now because he's got to play some man coverage.
They all are. Right? They all are.
Because the depth in the secondary right now.
Right now is a struggle. And again, one of the biggest problems we have in the secondary really stems from the fact that we just don't have a pass rush.
There's no pass rush.
We're getting sacks. Don't get me wrong. We're getting sacks. But we don't have a consistent pass rush that puts pressure on the quarterback that makes them make errant throws.
Yeah.
It ain't always about sacks.
Right.
It's about getting pressure.
About time.
And these guys are having way too much time to make the passes, man. And you can't cover forever. So, they're going to do something. Yeah, he had, actually, Will, their returner had like 162 yards.
162 yards.
Return yards,
That's
man.
That's exactly right.
I mean, he was averaging over 30 yards of return.
Over 30 yards of return. I mean, you think about that field position.
Man, it was killing
great,
him.
Especially with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, and the fact that the defense held up, still, it was amazing on some of them. But you saw when we had them pinned deep in their own end, that's when we almost got that safety, man.
Right, so 3 and out on the first drive, and the Titans come back, and Jonnu scored.
I was surprised that they was able to stop New Orleans on their first drive.
Yeah, I mean, so there was some good things going on in the beginning. Like I said, they were running some stunts. They had some good coverage.
Yep.
They actually had Drew Brees a little confused.
Yeah,
had him hold the ball, and so there was some good things going on. So now you've got to make an adjustment because they've adjusted to you going to the second quarter, and we were still running the same.
No end game adjustments at all. We wait to halftime,
right.
But we stop them, then we get the ball back, then they run the play with Jonnu, short pass in the middle, and he shows his wheels.
And then you come back the next drive with AJ Brown a little toss back, a little pitch back, and he cuts it up. And you see he breaks the tackle and turns on his Jets.
Yeah, Eli 14. And Eli Apple learned something today.
He did.
AJ Brown's a lot bigger than you think. He's not your ordinary receiver. Right. But the thing about that run that I did like was the fact that AJ Brown made a decision not to cut it outside. He saw the hole in the middle, planted, and went. And like you said, he broke a tackle. Once he broke that tackle, he was off to the races. And Eli Apple tried to hit him at the end, and then get knocking his own self out.
Yeah, and you just had the feeling, or at least I did, as that second quarter was going on. You just saw and you felt the momentum just leaving the stadium, and the Saints starting the game momentum. And then at the end of the half, it was 14-10. It's like, and the Saints get the ball back. The second half.
Well, here's the thing. Here's another thing. This is the thing. Like we talked about it earlier with Mike Vrabel, which I didn't understand at all. Okay, you get the ball a little bit over 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah. Right.
And you get conservative. You don't even, you try to use clock.
And you got 3 timeouts.
Instead of trying to move down the field to get a score, you get a field goal right there.
You get a field goal.
You know, the thing we needed to make sure of, in all honesty, and it didn't happen, but the bottom line is we got nothing out of it. If we get down there and we get a field goal, and using clock at the same time, then all of a sudden what we do, we take momentum away from them. Right. So when they come out after halftime, you know, you got a little momentum, you got a little juice about you. Maybe they don't hit Jared Cook on a crossing pattern, he takes it to the house.
Wide open.
I'm like,
wide open.
I mean, he
busted coverage.
And a missed tackle, and he was gone.
And again, though, you realize the injuries in the secondary and the inexperience back there is a big thing, right?
It's a huge
miscommunication.
Thing.
So you saw it against the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
You saw something last week, and then it just carries over to this week.
It carried over to this week. It's just a lot going on.
So the first half, man, 14-10, and then the Saints come out and get the ball to start the second half and go, and Kamara wakes up. So he wakes up.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was watching that play, and don't get me wrong, it was well blocked. But here's the problem you have with that: Jayon Brown overran the play. He overran the play. The play was coming right to him, and he was thinking that Kamara was going to take it outside, so he runs past the hole. And Kamara just cuts behind him, and he's gone because there's no other linebacker there.
Right.
He's supposed to fill the hole, you know, because if he goes to the outside, he may break a long one, but at least you got the sideline as an extra defender. You can knock him out and maybe stop him short. Right. Instead, you leave him that lane to cut up the middle, and there was no one near him. And when he took off, I'm like, that's a touchdown. There ain't no need to worry about it.
You saw 2 plays that quick and go 61 yards, and they're up 17-14. And then, like I said, man, you can feel the momentum change.
When Kamara scored, they went up 24-14. Man, it was over then.
Well, the second time, first time 17-14. Yeah. And then right, you said 24-14. And then, you know, just playing on your heels, the running game is already ineffective. So what are they going to do? I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm coming.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they did.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing watching. And the bad thing about it, really, in all honesty, they were getting there with 4 guys.
Yeah.
They were getting there with 4 guys.
Yeah. Even when they even were bringing the house a lot on the Cover Zero breaks and bringing 6 guys.
6 guys. And here's the thing that really just drives me crazy because I'm watching it. And I'm like, dude, you gotta see. Surely you're seeing these guys come up, even at the last minute. You're seeing these guys come up. So if nothing else, they're bringing 5, 6. Your offensive line is already struggling. So that lets you know you ain't got time to hold the ball.
No.
So your best bet really is to throw the ball deep, long to the sideline to make sure that if there's anybody in the area. Long as our guys in the area, you know, you're throwing it out of bounds, or he's going to make a spectacular catch, or somebody's going to make a spectacular interception. Right. But you ain't taking a sack.
Can't take a sack.
You know, because they show a stat Saturday night. Tom Brady leads the league in throwaway balls. Because he's like, I'm not taking sacks.
Can't take a sack.
You got to get rid of the ball, man. Get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's really. That's a downfall of Tannehill, and we've been noticing. We've known that since he started.
Yeah,
you know, he holds the ball too long.
In some instances, he does.
And it's typical of, it's typical of running quarterbacks. because they want to make a play. Dude, the best play is sometimes to get rid of the ball.
Get rid of the ball.
Get rid of the ball.
Live on the next down.
Live to the next down. Don't take those unnecessary hits.
But you're right. We don't even know the range of our kickers going to a critical game. I don't know. I don't even know nothing about the guy.
Hey, man, you don't know much about him. But, here's the thing about it. You're right, Will. We were caught napping on the fake punt. Yeah. The team was caught napping.
Yeah.
We're up here in the stands. We knew. We were up there in the stands saying, Hill is in the game, number 7.
Yeah.
Watch the fake. You know something's coming. Luckily, the guy just missed the pass because they hit him square in the chest.
Hit him right in the chest.
Right in the chest. It just went straight through. And we get the ball back. First play, I'm thinking we're down by how much? We're down by 3. 31-28. Perfect position. Got plenty of time. First pass, perfect pass. And he gets clocked and dropped the ball.
Dropped the ball.
And I was like, that's game right there, man.
Yeah.
That's game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But, and you're right, Dion. We need to free up Corey. But Corey needs to do a better job of getting open, too. And that's the thing that's running with these receivers right now. You understand A.J. Brown, he was being double covered for most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But Corey Davis is a good route runner. And so is Tajay Sharp. They got to do a better job of getting open. And they got to do a better job of reading what the defense is doing. Because one of the things you run into a lot of times, the reason why Tannehill ends up holding the ball is that these guys are not doing anything to help him out, to break the routes off, to come open, to try. And they're not reading the blitz either.
Right.
The bottom line is when you're a wide receiver, you're looking down the line to see when the ball is snapped.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to read the defense. And when you see them, all of a sudden, the guy who's on you, he lines up. He's running 6. You see 5, 6 guys. Your quarterback has got to get the ball off quick. Your job is to cut your route off and make sure from where the blitz is coming, you cut your route off, cut it in, give your quarterback a target.
Right.
Our receivers are not doing that, and I don't know. And to me, I don't know if Rod Smith is telling them that. Or what? Whoever the receiver coach is he telling them that or not? But they got to be able to read that defense to see a blitz is coming and make themselves available to the quarterback. If you do that, he doesn't take as many sacks because he ain't got to hold the ball as long.
Well, Rodney, and that's to his point. He was asking, they need to learn how to block with a different technique when it comes to protection. It's all together. It works in timing and the sequencing of the play.
Yeah.
So the quarterbacks got to get rid of the ball quicker.
Right.
The offensive line, they got to count in their head.
Right.
That, hey, I got to at least hold this block for at least 3 seconds. Possibly.
Well, here's the thing about it. When you see a blitz coming, again, it's all about everybody recognizing what the defense is doing and making adjustments.
Right.
Bottom line is, Tannehill has got to know that when he lines up and he pre-snap read or at the time of the snap he looks up and he sees it's an overloaded line, you may have a 5-step drop. But what you got to do is when you hit 5, the ball is coming.
It's got to be out.
It's got to be out.
Yeah.
The receivers have got to read the defense to understand that there's a blitz on, and you got to make yourself available. You got to run an inside slant or an inside stop to make sure that the quarterback has a target to get the ball to.
Got to get the ball out.
Offensive line, what they got to do, what you're doing more than anything else, you're running a delayed blocking scheme. Because you're overpowered. Somebody's might come free. So your bottom line is you're trying to make sure that everybody, you can at least push a man into him or whatever the case may be to slow him down, to give your quarterback time enough to make the throw. That's all you're trying to do. It all works in conjunction. And what we see happening with the Titans is that the receivers are not reading the blitz, the quarterback's not reading the blitz, and the offensive line is not making the proper adjustments.
Right. And so, I don't know if Corey Davis got hurt. He was slow getting up.
He went to the locker room, so I don't know if he bruised his rib or whatever, because I think he landed on the ball.
It looked like he landed awkward. And you're right, Dion. I agree with you. With our line, it's best to go 3-step drop. 5 was
well, I'm going to be honest with you. You can't go. Here's the thing about it. You can't go 3-step. And this is the reason why. You go 3-step, somebody's got to pop open.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is, if you go 3, the ball is coming. Really, when you hit 3, you throw it.
Yeah.
You're better off running a 5-step drop. And when your back foot hits 5, the ball comes out. Because that's going to give you more time. But a 3-step drop, that's what happens to a lot of players when they run into they're in the end zone or whatever. We saw this in the preseason where the guy's not open and you're going to try to make an adjustment read on a 3-step drop. There's no adjustment on that. On a 3-step drop, the ball has got to come out one way or another. You don't get a second look because you ain't got enough time. You ain't got enough depth for a second look.
Right. It does, Rodney. It comes down to coaching.
Yeah.
And we've been saying it from the bottom, from the beginning of the year. It comes down to coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
The scheme, the adjustments you got to make when things aren't going your way. And so now, here we are, week 17 again. The second year in a row.
Win and you're in.
I wanted to go 10-6 bad. Somebody said it earlier. And so we'll see.
Well, a couple of things I'm going to say about this. Win and you're in, we're back to that again. And you got to go to Houston and pull this thing off. Moving forward, looking forward, stop with the slogans, man. You can't go good to great when you're going. You get ready to go at best 9-7 for the second year in a row, and as a coach, and for the fourth year in a row as a team.
Yeah.
Now you can dress it up however you want to, and say that. It's a winning season and all that. But your slogan in the whole offseason was going from good to great, saying that 9-7 wasn't good enough, and you're about to hit 9-7 again. Potentially.
Yeah.
You might, and with the way this team is playing right now, 8-8 may happen.
The defense has got to play better.
Defense has got to play better.
And I know there's injuries, but you have to find a way to win.
You got to find a way to win.
Good teams find a way to win. All the time. Good teams find a way to win.
And the defense is going. Dean Pease is going to come up with something on this defense, man. These last 2 games, man. I mean, a lot of the things he calls. Again, I'll say it. I've been saying it all season. I yield to him because he knows more about football than I do. I just got to say that. But the bottom line is, I don't understand some of these schemes he's setting up out there. That 3rd and 12 just eats at my. And it just didn't make sense to me. I can't get around it.
I know.
Why would you do a scheme where you're gonna blitz from a corner position and put your safety on the receiver? Because the bottom line is, if your blitz doesn't get there, the safety's exposed, and that's what happened.
And not to mention, your corner blitz, and he's like 5 yards off the ball. So it's gonna take forever to get him there.
He didn't have a chance, man. That was the play, and again, the Titans had the thing is a positive to come out of this game. Mm-hmm. One, they manufactured a rushing game.
They did.
2,
149 yards.
At the end of the game, towards the end of the game, they had a chance.
Still in the game.
They were still in the game
against a Hall
of Fame quarterback, against a team that's rolling,
and with the best receiver in NFL.
Today. And so you had an opportunity to win the game. But the bottom line is, you didn't get the job done.
Right. And we've been saying it for the last 3 years. No, I don't think Michael Butler can't come back.
No.
Because you've already brought Jeffrey Simmons after IR.
No, Michael Butler's done. Once he went on IR, he's done.
He's done.
He's done. It's just like you can't bring back Ryan Suckup. Once you go on IR, that in the middle of the season, you're done.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. You had to go on IR early in the season in order to be able to come back.
That's why it's a 6-game wait before they can come back in the off season from in the beginning of the year. So I wish he could come back. I've been thinking about the last couple weeks, man. With a physical receiver like Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, man. That's who you need Michael.
That's when you need Michael.
Not to say he would stop him, but he would make it difficult for him to catch the ball.
He gives you more. He gives you more options.
Yeah.
And that's what you need with a defense. Somebody who's going to give you more options. Yeah, he's not going to stop him.
No.
You don't stop those receivers.
Right.
You slow them down.
Right.
It's just like playing against Jordan. You never stop Jordan.
No, you never stop Jordan.
You just slow them down.
You just hope you can slow them down.
You just slow them down. That's all.
You could.
You hope you could. And 9 times out of 10, it didn't happen. But the bottom line is, that's what it is right now. Right now, that's what Adoree Jackson gives you, an opportunity to do some different things because of what he can do. But right now, really, in all honesty, that defense is struggling. They're hurting, and they have to come up with something.
Guys, again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Halftime Adjustments. Eddie out there, G-Wit.
Tighten up, baby.
Thank you for all the questions, the comments, the support. Man, if y'all like the show, again, share it. Here we are, week 17.
Man, I swear I thought the Pretty was back on the field, baby.
AFC South battle. And it's all on the line.
It's all on the line, again.
And you know,
and as Jabbar says, it's the third year in a row.
G-Wit, can you play corner?
Nah, baby. Not with these slow feet, nah.
You're right, Jabbar. He will be more physical than SJG receiver. That's one thing Malcolm Butler talking about this.
I know Malcolm Butler, not me.
But yeah, so it comes down to it, man.
Yeah.
Comes down to it.
Yeah.
Next all Sunday, hands on deck.
Next
Sunday.
Gotta be.
Everybody got to suck it up.
Everybody got to. Well, you know,
the ankles got to get healed up.
You got to inactivate the guys who don't matter.
That's right.
You gotta
everybody comes back and plays next week.
But people like Isaiah Mack, Jefferson Simmons,
man. You got to play.
You got to play them, man. You got to play Derrick Henry. You got all those guys you inactivated today. Quite a few of them, man. You have got to play them because there's no way around that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if Adam Humphries can go, you play him.
He's got to go.
Play him.
He's got to go.
You know, Darren Bates, if he can go, you play him because you need him on special teams. Because right now, what's happening on special teams, it ain't working. They can't stop nobody. They can't tackle. Everybody's out of sync.
All right. Everybody out of sync. The injury bug is caught up. And so, it's all in. It's all, so you say no slogan, but this week's slogan is everybody plays.
Yeah, everybody all in, baby.
All in. This is it.
This is it.
You got time to get healthy in the offseason.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. If you want to play football in January, you better come with it this next Sunday.
He's got a bad will beyond his ankle.
Yeah.
Ankle foot injury.
Yeah,
so.
He hurt his ankle against the Colts, and he hadn't been able to recover from that. And it must have been a high ankle sprain because he hasn't recovered from that at all. He ain't even practiced.
He's not even practicing at all, yeah. And so it must be more serious than what they originally thought. So. Yeah. But like you said, man, everybody got to play.
Everybody's got to play.
This is it.
You know, you can't have
same scenario as last year. Ain't that crazy?
It's crazy.
For the backup quarterback.
No, it's a little different this
time. I know. I've been saying
it's a little different
the scenario's a little different, but it's got the same feeling to it. But you got a better quarterback.
You got a better quarterback playing this year as opposed to what we had last year, and the running game is a lot better. But the bottom line is, you have got to come to play next week. And really, for the team, this is not something you talk about.
No.
This is not something you talk about.
You know what to do.
You just know what to do. You ain't got to say a word. You ain't got to say a word. Keep your mouth shut and just get ready to play.
So as of right now, the Titans are the number 6 seed.
Right.
And
but you got to win Sunday.
You got to win Sunday.
You got to win Sunday. You ain't in. Bad English and all. You ain't in yet.
You ain't in yet. I like that. You ain't in yet. So that's why Coley Hollister's been in. That is exactly right there. Yeah. Because he's been playing special teams.
Yeah.
Because the bodies are getting thin.
The bodies are getting thin. So everybody's got to play. Everybody's got to come with it. You know, it ain't a matter. The question is going to be for the coaches to the players. Are you hurt or are you injured?
That's what it comes down to.
Are you hurt or are you injured?
This is when
I already know what Derrick Henry's going to say.
Yeah.
My hamstring hurts, but I'm playing.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't happy about that decision today.
No, and this is where you earn your contract. Yeah. In these games right here.
Yeah.
These meaningful games.
This is it.
Yeah, that's right. So,
that's it.
Yeah, D, I'm gonna go Home Depot, Robert Street. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna buy some tools, some glue, some drywall.
That's a classic. Go to Home Depot and buy everything.
Get those guys patched up.
Patch it up. No, they just got to come to play.
Got to come to play. So guys, hey.
And the coaches have got to come to coach.
Got to come.
DP's got to do a better job.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what he can say whatever he wants to. In my eyes, he's got to do a better job.
He better pull out those tricks in his bag.
He better pull out in this game right here. You pull out all the stops.
You pull out stuff that you hadn't even ring yet.
Exactly. You got to pull out everything.
Because I know he got something that he ain't showing.
You know he's got something. Come on now. but you know you got to go out there and play. Bottom line.
Guys, again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Halftime Adjustments. Eddie on the G-Wit.
Tighten up, baby. It's on.
Winning in. Winning in. Going to Houston.
That's right.
What a better way to end the season against the team that really hates you the most because your franchise relocated. You know, we had a big controversy over the jerseys and all that. Man, what a way to finish it. You can't ask for nothing else. You can't, man. You can't. You just can't ask for nothing else. What would make it even better is the Titans would wear the light blue shirts down there at the game.
No,
I know they ain't gonna do it.
Wear the dark blue.
I'm talking about the old throwback Oilers jerseys.
No, don't even do that.
And the helmets.
Don't even do that. Just go down there and win. I don't care what color jersey you wear.
That's right.
Just go down there and win.
Dion, I agree, man. We start using those linebackers on them stunts. I'm gonna tell you, you'll see a world of difference.
Yeah.
You'll see a world of
if
difference.
they stunt right.
Yeah, if they stunt right.
Yeah, no, they run a stunt today, and John Brown goes right into the middle of the blocking scheme. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah, some of those stunts today, they were running right in the middle. They all got bunched up right there.
I'm like, come on, man. Read what's going on. They're not, and that just shows you they're just running the play. They're not even reading what's happening. And that's the thing that drives me crazy. Read what's happening and adjust while you're playing the game.
Right. Guys, again, thank you for joining us for another episode of Halftime with Just Say. Thank you for the comments, the questions, the support. If you like the show, share it.
Don't forget to go on YouTube.
Yep, H/T Adjustments. ANLG with next Sunday. 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Be talking about that first round playoff.
There you go.
Who we got? Go on the road. Yeah. I know who don't want to see us is Andy Reid. Yeah, think about that. NLG with.
All right,
we out, man. Peace.